Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome back to our new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. Whew. What a great few days it's been since the last episode. I'm telling you, I'm enjoying this piece. It was my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Birthday.
It was my birthday. I'm now 48 years young, and it feels good to be 48. Listen, I was somewhere the other day, and I told them I was 48 years old, and they didn't believe me. And they said, well, what is the secret? And I said, really good Botox. And I think also like living a happy life. Mm-hmm. I'm also happy that I'm coming up on 2 years of full sobriety.
That is great. Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a club owner about celebrating my birthday at their venue, and I won't say their name, Penthouse. And they were telling me how they would give me $10,000 worth of product. I don't drink. What's for your friends? I don't care. So no, I did not enjoy any alcohol, but I'm enjoying this sober life. Aren't we happy that it's sunny and hot? And I hate rain. I was just thinking about like summers. I mean, not summers, but winters in New York, and just thinking about when it gets cold and dreary because we're starting to get through the summer. I know you're heading to Greece. You're probably going to Croatia soon.
Probably.
Whatever. But I love heat. I'm not a person that loves rain or snow. Do you?
No,
I love seasons.
But I left it behind in Chicago. They can keep the snow. I'm good. I like the sun.
I miss seasons. I'm excited for fall. You know what? I went to TJ Maxx the other day. It's like a bunch of ghosts, scary stuff.
Hold on. You went where?
We're not gonna TJ Maxx shame. I'm a TJ Maxx and
Is TJ Maxx? Is it what is it giving? Wait. I don't want to sound like B. Simone. Wait, hold on. I caught myself before I went down that B. Simone lane. Shout out to all of us that shop at TJ Maxx. It's an amazing store right next door to Ross where you can dress for less.
Mm-hmm.
Home Goods, Marshalls. You would actually love it.
Actually, to keep it 1,000, when I first moved to LA years ago, my Burbank apartment, I went to TJ Maxx and got all my art, all my pottery, all my toiletries, all my dining room stuff. Mm-hmm. You can't really get good affordable quality stuff.
And they have designer stuff there too.
Okay, I don't want to sound
I'm like, is this a paid ad?
I was about to say, I don't want to sound like an ad. Hold on. I'm just cleaning it up before they do a whole, video of me saying what I said about TJ Maxx, playing that song when Queen Latifah died and set it off day after day. No. I think you should shop whatever your tax bracket allows. No matter how much money I have though, when I see people who have gold toilets and gold faucets, what do you need a 14 karat? No disrespect to Floyd Mayweather. I don't know if he does or not, but like when you have that kind of money, I'm okay with the toilet that the seat lifts up when you walk in the room and sprays your ass down when you have to take a number 2. Yeah. But a gold toilet, that's just
tacky.
Yeah.
It is. It's tacky.
And I have family members that will rip that toilet out the ground and go on that thing. All right, listen, we're just going to get straight to it because there's so many topics here. And it's time for Tea with Jason Lee. Wendy Williams is in the news. Shout out to my girl. Wendy Williams is in the news. By the way, I was in New York recently, and I was actually trying to link up with Wendy because, you kind of got to catch her when you can catch her. You got to call her niece. Niece got to wait for her to call. Then you got to tell her. Then it's a whole 3-way thing. It's a whole thing. I didn't get to see her. Hey, Wendy. By the way, those of you who watch me go TikTok, do your thing, this cam is literally paying homage to Wendy because remember, she had shoe cam. Mm-hmm. We have shade cam. Anyway, this is about keeping the torch going. Wendy Williams and her guardianship are back in the news after a new medical exam reportedly re-diagnosed her with dementia. Now, allegedly. Elsewhere, her attorney denies those claims, and we last spoke about Wendy's guardianship in March during an episode number 76 right here at the Jason Lee Podcast. At the time, Wendy, who's been living under a legal guardianship overseeing her finances and health since May of 2022, filed court papers to be released. While seeking to end her guardianship, Wendy underwent a mental evaluation in March, and she claims she passed the cognitive evaluation with flying colors. Wendy and her caretaker, Gina Lisa Monterosa, said she scored a 10 out of 10 on a psychological evaluation, proving that she's not incapacitated, and we've seen her out and about with family. Another update that you may not know, her and Gina Lisa are done. All I know, one day Wendy told me, that lady's gone, don't talk to her anymore. I said, okay. And you remember there was an episode where I said what I thought about Gina Lisa being involved, and Gina Lisa called me to tell me I was wrong. Either way, Gina Lisa, from what I understand,
Allegedly.
is out. Well, last month, she celebrated her 61st birthday with her family. We saw that online. And despite Wendy and her caretaker claiming she passed her cognitive test 5 months ago, new documents obtained by People now claim otherwise, upholding her guardianship. Now, Wendy's medical evaluation included a significant number of tests, both medical and neuropsychological, and scans including brain imaging. Now, doctors have now reportedly determined an opinion on Wendy's neurological condition and diagnosis. People magazine is reporting that the docs don't list her condition, but sources tell them it's frontotemporal dementia and aphasia, a diagnosis she first received in 2023. The docs reportedly claimed that an attorney for Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, requests the court extend the guardianship for 3 months, ending November 5th. The attorney also noted that complications have arisen due to Wendy's family, ex-husband Kevin Hunter, and other challenging her guardianship and Sabrina as her guardian. So since then, the reports, Wendy's attorney, Joe Tacopina, has denied the new claims of dementia and aphasia, and he said her leaked medical diagnosis is false and it's being spread by a party with a vested interest in keeping Wendy trapped under this excessive and restrictive guardianship. And he also is saying that he nor Wendy have seen the supposed medical report. What do you think about? I mean, this is one of the reasons why I left Wells Fargo. Let's just, I like to do it good. Hold on. First, all this started going down when Wells Fargo took control of her bank account. Mm-hmm. Then they seized all her money and they froze all her assets. And then it's just been like one thing after another where it seems like the world was closing down on Wendy to control her and take control of her ability to make money, live, and so forth. So I didn't know what it was at the time. First, it was Wells Fargo took her money. Then her manager, she was mad at Bernie and other people for allegedly doing things. And again, I don't know what it is, if it's the illness and the alcohol or if it's real reality, because again, all of us are kind of looking at this through the veil of TV and social media. But why don't we know what her diagnosis? Why does she don't know what her diagnosis? Why is she like I'm so confused. Does it seem like a conspiracy? What is it?
To me, this just seems less like protection and more like possession. Because even if she keeps saying she was 10 out of 10, even if she's not, even if she's a 5 out of 10 and she has really bad dementia, which we don't know, I feel like, why can't her family take care of her? There's a lot of people that have dementia in the world and their family just takes care of them.
Absolutely. And I'm for me, it feels suspicious that suspicious and
hold on. I was asking. Go ahead.
To me, it feels suspicious that outside entities that are not associated with her from a family tie are so vested in keeping her in here. Right. And why are we extending it for just 3 months? What does the 3-month timeline allow them to do post that 3 months? Like, it just doesn't feel right. Mm-hmm. And again, like, if someone is slipping into dementia, this is the time I would think that would be most beneficial for them to be around family and to be in a space where they feel safe and loved. And yes, I do think it needs to be, vetted, whoever is going to take over caretaking for her, because she has had bad experiences in the past with some people. But again, I don't think outside institutions that are benefited from it financially should be the ones who are with this woman controlling her life for the remainder of it.
And why are we not protecting her right to have privacy with her medical information? I mean, at some point, if she doesn't know her medical diagnosis, why do we know? I kind of feel like there's a HIPAA violation in here somewhere. Who is protecting her, Sabrina? If you're supposed to be her so-called guardian, why aren't you guardian her information? I don't understand it. I think, at some point I can say, and talking to Wendy on the phone, she sounds the healthiest than she's ever been. I think she's had enough time to go sober. She's had enough time to be away from bad influence. She seems like she wants to come home. Her family wants her home. You're just going to keep her locked in forever. It's not like she's a vegetable. And that's the part where I think it's really confusing. And it's kind of scary, because if it happens to Wendy, it can happen to any of us.
Mm-hmm. And everyone keeps talking about like, oh, the ex-husband, Big Kevin, is really bad. Or, oh, the son, Little Kevin, stole all the money. But it's like, okay, what about the people in her family who are good, like her niece?
Yeah.
Like, she can really take care of her.
Shout out to Alex. Listen, Joe is also saying that the leaking of Wendy's alleged diagnosis is a complete violation of her rights as a human being, which I just said. And he demands to know, where is the actual medical report supporting the leak? Like I just said. And who is the doctor willing to go under oath and face cross-examination by me so the truth can be exposed? So that's what I'm looking for, because, baby, we all know that anybody can allege anything. When you get in that court, you got to get cross-examined. You better be careful. I tell you. Wendy, we're hoping and praying that you're okay. All right, free Wendy. Bye, Wendy. Ari Lennox is in the news, and so is Martin and Bernie. She's criticizing them now. She's in the headlines for controversial takes on comedians Martin Lawrence and the late Bernie Mac. Before I even get into the story, let me just say, the last podcast we talked about y'all talking about Aaliyah. Y'all need to start letting these dead people rest easily, sleepily. Leave them alone. Once they lay down for their last nap, we should not be talking about them unless we are praising them or acknowledging their contribution. Because the minute you speak on the dead, do we talk about the dead? Do we ever bash the dead?
No, I don't know.
As much as I've done a lot of things, I get criticized for attacking the live.
Yeah, we've had this conversation multiple times, like kids, people who are dead.
Leave them alone. By the way, these T apps spelling who's gay and all this online is so messy. Why are they doing it? Why? Y'all leave people anyway.
Yes.
The singer, who often goes live and chats with fans, previously said she didn't like how Martin's character in his self-titled show would always crack offensive jokes on Tichina Arnold's character, Pam. She said the jokes still piss her off to this day. Girl, were you even born when this show was on? Anyway, I love you, Ari, but play what you said.
The thing that pissed me off about Martin was how much he would go on Pam. Like, I know, like, and this is coming from a girl who I love me a good, like, joking ass movie, and it even when the joking movie is like, damn, like that was fucked up, like, you know, I'm not like too woke or something is what I'm trying to say. Like I'm honestly not, I'm problematic. I'm pretty problematic, low key, but my point is that there are some things where I draw the line and it just bothered me, or like, I don't know, it's like Pam was so fucking beautiful and so fine. And I just feel like growing up as a chocolate girl, like, I don't even know if I was able to understand the greatness of Pam because of the light that I feel like I was being fed.
After receiving backlash, Ari doubled down on her. Well, before I go into that, I mean, that wasn't as bad, right? I mean, she's not bashing anybody. First of all, Ari, you're stunning. You're beautiful. And I love you. I know you're terrified of me and Hollywood. I'm like, I get all that. But anyway, she's terrified. But I love you. I don't see anything bad with that. I think she channels her own mental health experiences in life and her own trauma, and she channels it in a way that she can communicate it. I don't see anything wrong with that. Do you?
I mean, she's entitled to her own opinion, of course, but I just feel like once we start policing safe comedy like that, or policing comedy at all, it's just a little silly to me. But that's an iconic show, and I think Tichina Arnold used to go at Martin just as hard as he went at her on the show, so it was like a fair balance. And I think those are the two characters everybody loved the most on the show.
And they wrote the show together, so she was literally in on the jokes. It's not like she was, being bullied during it.
Listen, back home, I'll say his name right now just for you guys, but I won't show. He always posts me kissing guys or whatever, like as if this is not the 80s and 90s where people are afraid of that. People do love each other. Right. I saw him the other day and I was like, if you're going to post people, please stop posting the ones I don't like, post the ones that I liked, right? But the reality is, I think, when you think about Eddie Murphy and Delirious or Raw, when he would use the word faggot, you could never do anything what people used to do to entertain. Comedy. Paul Mooney, Def Jam. What's Def Jam comedy? What's it called? Remember Def Comedy Jam?
Def Comedy Jam, yeah.
They could never, ever do the jokes that really brought laughter to the world back then, because we live in this overly sensitive, overly policing world of comedy. And that's what cancel culture, it just drives me nuts. What were you going to say?
No, for music too. Like, everything's so different. That's why I always find myself watching the stuff from the 90s and listening, because you can't do that no more.
Listen, after receiving backlash, Ari doubled down on her previous comments and said this.
And you to speak my mind and happily y'all off in the process. If I had ill intent, I would have came on here with a PowerPoint presentation that backs my claims on the types of jokes Martin used on Pam being wildly offensive. That will never be my intent or motive. But I will stand on business forever knowing them jokes was wild. And I don't say any of this with any desire to rewrite history. Those actors and actresses are legends, and I meant no harm to them. I don't need any army of people defending me or agreeing with me. That has always been a rare occurrence for me. But I feel amazing in knowing that I will validate myself and my feelings before I look to you or yours. Sorry, there we go. This is why it's read. Sorry. I'm going to reread that part. But I feel amazing in knowing that I will validate myself and my feelings before I look to you for yours. I'm also aware that people have been called worse things by people they love and by their enemies. So maybe their experience with Martin was special and therapeutic and unique to them. I never was a fan of roasting, period, as I am a very sensitive and I will for sure drag somebody to hell every time. But we were just playing, right?
Well, now I think you overdid it. I don't think you need to give the critics and the haters who have opinions about what you're doing that much energy. Like, think about me. I mean, I just on my last show, I just told the whole story about how I was in this whole scandal for nothing that was all politically motivated. I literally looked at it as if it's not even real. It's just online noise. Even though I know that if you do the things that people are saying you're doing, if they're wrong, there's accountability. But if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't care. Just like if you're sharing your point of view or perspective on something, who cares what people think? I don't think you should give people this much energy. Now, on the other hand, I also understand that social media creates so much noise at times that it is difficult to like turn the noise down. And when people have different levels of tolerance, you know, I'm sure it can be complicating, but I don't know. Do you think, I mean, it just seems like way too much to be given this, right?
It's a lot. But at least, I mean, she's right to her own opinion. At least she stood on business.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody in the comments was like, it's not that serious.
Not serious to write a whole speech. And then like, girl, you actually, I was listening to you and I had to say, wait, did she just back up and reread what she said? Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, like if you don't want to watch Martin, just don't turn it on. I don't think we needed all of this commentary, but I'm sure because she's being attacked, she wants to respond to it. But again, it's unnecessary. And again, I think really raw, good comedy creates dialogue and conversation. Is creating this conversation, so I don't think we should police it.
I had to call somebody before I got here just to check on them. I'm like, hey, how you doing? They started running down all this gossip and negative energy. I said, listen. I don't want to hear any drama, no gossip, I don't give a shit what's going on. Like, we need to turn the noise down. Between what's happening with Trump, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. I think we're all at our breaking point. We're like, we need to be able to laugh at comedy. Ari, we need you to like, this is what I need you to do. Go on Craigslist, find a fake Martin, reinvent some of the scenes, act as Pam, and then, you know, give us some funny, I don't know.
Maybe use it for,
maybe
some
like
material out
create
of it.
create a, what do you call that when you, like a musical, like create a Martin musical where like you're Pam, that like, turn it into art.
But a clean version?
No. Well, Ari also criticized Bernie Mac, claiming that some of his jokes left her uncomfortable. Oh, girl, go.
To talk, y'all. And I like to think. Hell, I just watched the Bernie Mac stand up a few years back, and I understand why he is a legend that he is, but I also couldn't help but to feel uncomfortable about some of his jokes too. What was the reason, bitch?
He's dead. He's dead. Like, he can't hear you. He can't respond to you. Nope. He can't undo it.
Even if he could.
He won't. Bernie Mac don't give a shit.
And
Ain't he from Chicago?
That's what I'm saying. For two Chicago people, you're not going to talk about an icon like that. Mm-hmm. And this is also why when I worked for Steve Harvey, he always said Netflix always came to him for like big comedy shows. And he always said, I'm never going to do stand-up again because the world can't take it. Everyone's so sensitive now. Nothing's even...
I will tell you, after engaging in politics, I hate social media. I hate it. Because the one thing that's made it hard to be me as a politician or an elected official is that you truly can't say everything you want because your words hit differently and they have, they have power. I said on my Instagram that I'm a vice mayor, but I'll still fuck you up. And it made the news. Like, you know what I mean? So like, shout out to KCRA Channel 3. And I love it. I called the reporter. I was like, yo, you did that, girl. You did that. Anyway, Ari, chill. Relax. Rest in peace, Bernie. Bye. Mariah The Scientist and Young Thug are in the news. Singer Mariah The Scientist is addressing her viral jail cell leak with rapper boyfriend Young Thug. Now, remember in January 2024, a jail phone conversation between Mariah and Thug leaked and went viral with users making fun of their intimate talk. If you forgot it, you already know we're here to show you the receipt. Take a look.
I like that you called me Tiger Lily last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daddy,
What's up?
am I your baby?
Most definitely.
First of all, I'm not going to ever allow y'all to disrespect Young Thug and his girl by putting them in the show for me to talk shit, because Thug is low-key the homie. I mean, he showed me love at the BET Awards. At this point, we're homies. However, I would die. I would die. Wouldn't you die? First of all, Rob, I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody leaked a video of you talking like a baby to somebody on the phone, when I tell you, I would put it right here in the show, and I would put it on a loop. I would put your baby...
I would make it into a TikTok song. That's what I would do. Make some coins.
Okay, that was I'm not third party offended, but I am third party uncomfortable, right?
Though she is too, though. That's why it's so awkward. I don't even like PDA, so if even that was released, I'm just.
But this is what I
can't.
hate about the world we live in. Okay, we get it. He's on a jailhouse phone. We get that they're public figures, but do we have to see that? Like,
Well, this was leaked. She didn't want.
well,
it
we
in
know
jail.
they leaked it
Yeah.
because he beat the
He's
case.
mortified. Yeah.
He beat the case, and of course, this is how the system works. But like, do we need to see it? And now I'm starting to think of like my own phone calls, because I know people who have had situations in their lives. Now, I will tell you right now, I don't be on the phone talking like that. And now that I've seen that, I'm thinking about all the calls moving forward. What you laughing
No
at?
FaceTimes with baby talk, huh?
Am I your baby?
Let me tell you something. I don't want nobody talking to me like that. That's not.
It's not sexy.
Is it sexy to you?
No.
Do you talk like that?
No.
Well, I know how they talk to you. We already told those stories. We're not going to tell it now because I'm elected.
Oh my God.
Well, after the video leak, do you be talking like that to Max?
The opposite.
I don't even. Do you know? Out of all the guys I've ever dated, I don't never have called a man babe, baby, love. I call him by his name. I don't even do pet names.
Marina's a man.
You don't call him daddy?
I don't even call him baby. I don't even call him Bookie.
Marina is she's a man.
I call him.
First of
His
all,
name.
I remember once I was intimate. See, I'm a vice mayor. I have to talk, right? I was intimate once, and somebody I was intimate with said, "Call me dad." I said, "Dad."
Dad is not. Oh my
That's
God.
different.
First of all, dad is disrespectful. Now I'm starting to think of all types of wrong scenarios that should be playing in. Yes, it's not a turn. I don't want to be called dad.
Like, what if they called you Zaddy? You like Zaddy?
No, Zaddy.
Zaddy is better than Daddy
okay.
to me.
First of all, the person that said that was in his 30s. So you shouldn't be calling nobody dad or Zaddy at 30-something.
Well, if they're in their late 40s.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
I'm in my mid-40s.
Mid.
Wait. Okay, let's put a pin in this. Hold on. We'll be right back. Hold on. Everything hits different when you're 48.
Yes.
When you're 43, 45, it's like, well, I'm in my 40s. But when you tell a motherfucker that you 47 turning 48, you're like, I'm close to 50. Somebody called me 50 at the gas station the other day. First of all, you shouldn't even talk to me at a gas station. But 50? I'm not 50. But I'm close.
You're
I
almost
don't
over
look
the
50.
hill. Mm-mm.
No,
First of all, I ain't over the hill.
Isn't 50 over the
A lot of
hill?
people probably didn't
Yes.
make it this late. Huh?
that is over the hill.
What is?
50 is. That's
No,
what they
it's
call
not.
over the hill.
Yeah.
What hill did you
But
guys
see, but
I don't know. That's what they say over
But
the hill.
like the Golden Girls were like in their 40s, right?
When they started?
But they
no
look-
way.
How old were they supposed to be on the
No.
show?
They were
Were
old.
in the show,
they
they
had
were supposed
wrinkles.
to be in their 70s, 60s,
Yeah.
70s.
60s. Were they supposed to be in the 60s?
They all had white hair.
That's what I'm saying. It
Right.
looked
They were
different back
grannies.
then.
Okay, yes, older people look different back then. Now we look younger. We dress younger. I'm fly, but I'm still 48. It hits different when you're talking to somebody. Even if you're talking to somebody that's 32 or 30, right? What's up? How you? What's up? Okay. How old are you? 30? How old are you? 48? You're literally old enough to be my dad. Like, what? Because the rule of law in dating, from what I heard in dating, like if I was going to be a significant other, we'll get back to this baby talk bullshit in a minute, is half your age plus 7. So if you're 48, it's 24 plus 7. So the age that I'm supposed to date is 31 and up. Anything younger, I mean, Saturday night. It's fun. It's different. But I'm saying in terms of like seriously dating,
Yes.
you should not date anybody younger than half your age plus 7. That's what I've been told.
Mm.
So for you, that's what? 32?
I just don't think there should be as long as you can buy yourself a drink.
Yeah, but like
I still think some of that.
But let me say this. Okay. 48, me, dating a 21-year-old. Yes, it's legal. Yes, they can buy their own drink. Yes, they can whatever. Well, what are we going to talk
Exactly.
about?
Why do you even
the minute,
want that?
Wait. Now, the minute we get to talking, did you say Pokemon? Did you say anime? Because the young ones, they talking about anime, they talking about PlayStation. I don't know nothing about none of that.
Oh, see,
GTA.
I think that's a segment of that, but I think there are people who are younger than us who are a lot more mature than people who are in the same age category as. That's why I'm like, sometimes you come across a person who might be 23, 24, and you're like, wow, you're actually more mature than the people who I'm like in the same category with age-wise.
I'll give you an example. My date from the award show last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Forgot him. Take a look. He was 25 years old.
No, he was not. Oh, he looked like more mature.
25 years old, young, but very mature, very cultured, well-traveled, grew up in France, spoke multiple languages, traveled the world. That is an example of what you're saying. Could I have dated that person? Yes. He ruined it. But at the end of the day, you know, they were what you're talking about. However, what I learned was at 25, he still wants to experience life and the freedoms that we've already lived through 2 times over because we're almost 50. So anyway, back to Babygate. After the video leak, fans began trolling Mariah online and at her concerts. Take a look.
Daddy, am I your baby? Am I your baby?
At this point, she should just drop some merch that says, "Am I your baby?"
Yeah.
Right. That's what Cardi would have did.
Yeah.
Well, a year and a half later, Mariah is again addressing the viral jail call in a new interview with Nessa Diab. Take a listen.
Like, a lot of people feel like that was a dumb decision for me to do that. But guess what? It's my decision. And if it works out, then great.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, then okay, cool.
But it's your decision.
Right.
When you said exploit now and I think about it, I remember the video of when you went to go visit him, that getting released. That's right. That's right.
You know what it is that he has kids, like, and I feel like I'm actively a part of their lives. And you don't want your kids knowing the depths of your intimacy, however playful or cringe-worthy it could be. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you want everybody to know about.
That's right.
And I feel like people they just really played into it the worst way. And I feel like some people like try to make it joking, like make it fun and funny and make light of it. But I was really upset about that.
Oh, man.
For sure. But honestly, I feel like we worked through it.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. So it's a lot that came with them jail videos, all that stuff. It was a lot.
Oh, I know.
Oh, my gosh. It was too much.
Yeah.
It almost was the end. Absolutely.
There were some things, and I didn't know how you were going to react to them. But you saying that shows you're human, right? Like, you don't know. You're like, what?
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think she should be embarrassed at all. I think she should move past it, of course. But like she was doing it, in my opinion, she was just trying to make him feel good and be there for him because he was, on the other side of the screen. I mean, the glass. But yeah, so there should be no embarrassment.
Rob has clearly never dated anybody in prison.
I've never dated anybody in prison. She's on the other side of the glass. He's on the wrong side. But she's trying to uplift his spirits because he's in there. So I don't think she should be embarrassed by it. It was an endearing moment for me, for what she was trying to do for him. So
she's gonna hold her man down.
I saw her up close and personal at the BET Awards. She's gorgeous, and I'm glad that you held your man down. I know that she went through that remember she went through that drama where wasn't she online talking to somebody or somebody? They said she was doing. You know what they said.
They said
do your thing, TikTok. But either way, I'm glad that they're still together, and I'm glad that Thug was able. The wait. Those of you who know what this applause for, you know what it's about. I'm elected. I'm not even going to say nothing. Now, in the same interview, Mariah shared advice to women who are hesitant about dating men with children To note, Young Thug has 6 children, 3 boys and 3 girls by 4 different women. Sounds like my dad, typical. You all were raised differently. Those of us who relate, Thug, we relate. Take a listen.
For all the ladies out there that are thinking, well, I don't want to date a man with kids, and you're like judging the idea of someone who has had that happen, I feel like dating somebody with kids has taught me more about a family unit than anything I could have ever imagined, because you're seeing it in real time. You know, you're seeing like the ins and outs of parenting, regardless if somebody is together or not together. You're seeing it's really, parenting is very interesting. Very interesting. Hard. It is. Even kids.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
No.
Why?
I did not escape teenage pregnancy to be a stepmom. That's not going to be my journey. Also, I feel like dating a rich guy with kids, with 6 kids, is different than a regular guy with 6 kids.
No, I think the marker shouldn't be. I don't think the marker should be if the person has kids or not. It should be if they're taking care of the kids they have, if they have them.
Even
So
then,
this
like,
is the one thing I always say, even when it comes to Offset, you know, Offset went into the marriage or went into the relationship with Cardi, had his kids with her, had 3 kids with her when he had other children, and he was active in all his kids' lives. So it's at least, no matter what the news was or the noise, he still was an active father, to your point.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're active, you're taking care of them, you're providing for them, and you're present, I have no problem with it.
Agreed.
people can do what they do, but
You're just a hater.
it's not going to be me.
Anyway, bye, Mariah. Bye, Thug. All right, look, my girl Kash Doll is in the news. Kash Doll, how you go from peace on the red carpet at the BET Awards. By the way, I saw this up close and personal because we all walked in the BET Awards together. This was the sexiest chocolate couple on the red carpet next to Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre. But when I tell you, I had to stop him. They were dressed alike. I had to stop him and comment to him how he was holding her hand and walking her through like, I'm with my girl. Like he was like her man. Well, he ain't her man no more. Kash Doll has been trending all week after she recently announced her breakup and apparent makeup with NFL player Za'Darius Smith. Now, the Detroit rapper and the Detroit Lions defensive lineman were first linked back in March after being spotted together in Ghana, rocking matching traditional outfits. Take a look. This is them in the motherland pushing through. Hello, si se puede. Okay, he just threw that over his shoulder. He ain't really paying attention. After confirming their relationship in April, Kash and Zay continued their coordinating looks at the 2025 BET Awards. I told you they were dressed alike. Take a look. This is exact matching cobra skin outfits or alligator or whatever. They look, hold on. That look like that. OnlyFans red carpet photo right there. But you got a problem with it?
It just look hot.
Yeah, wasn't it hot that day though too? Yeah,
it was hot.
Yeah,
you know what?
That was a commitment.
I ain't gonna hold you.
That was a commitment.
It looked hot, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all didn't have cocoa butter on, I know y'all smelled like some sweaty grease under that thing. But they looked great together. They look good individually. They look good. He looks good. She looked great. They look great together. But by August, just 2 months after the BET Awards, Kash announced her split from Za'Darius. This is a photo of her announcing it because, of course, she had to do that. At this point of my life, I just need to be single. Za'Darius is a great guy, but we can't see eye to eye. And with all due respect, we decided to part ways. I'm giving the internet a break also, so I'm done with y'all too right now. You should have put that through ChatGPT, girl, because I don't know what you just said. But you from Detroit, so I give you a pass. She also shared a tweet about mental health and retweeted a post about manipulation, leaving fans even more puzzled about the split. Take a look. Mental health is real. You got to make sure everyone around you means well. Manipulation is when someone blames you for your reaction to their toxic behavior, but doesn't discuss their disrespect that triggered you. Moments after Kash's announcement, Za'Darius confirmed the news. This is what he said. Single.
It's above me now.
At this point, he said, I'm not giving you no textbook. I'm not giving you no speech. I'm not giving you no lyrics. I am single. Wait, put his post back up. What he said, single, and is he walking out the door?
Yep.
I cannot. Yo, why are you so petty? Now, lurking in these social media streets was Kash Doll's ex-boyfriend and children's father, rapper Tracey T, who's been throwing shade and trolling at her and Zay the entire relationship. Why do the exes come out of nowhere when this stuff is happening? Don't you hate that?
He's probably happy. He was hating the whole time on her relationship, so now he just looks bitter.
But why? Like, why are you even invested in their relationship? I just don't understand.
Celebrate people's downfall is crazy.
I don't understand. Just move on.
But let me play devil's advocate. And Kash, you know you're my girl, but still, I gotta do my show. Aren't we kind of happy when our exes aren't happy? I mean, I am not one to go over to my ex's page and look all the time, but I do glance over from time to time to see if they're doing better than me or better without me. And I have yet to see that. Is it petty for us to want to like take a little dig?
Yes.
Why?
See, I am one of those people. This is an unpopular opinion. I want my all my exes to find happiness in life. And as a matter of fact, I'm the type of person who like, if I found out my ex was a great match for Marina, I'll be like, y'all should meet each other. Like, I'm not,
What?
I'm not a jealous person
what?
like that. I'm not a jealous person like that. I literally,
Rob, you can't even handle me looking at somebody you're attracted
No.
to. You lose your
No.
mind.
That's different. If I'm trying to talk to someone and then you interfere with me talking to someone and then you're like, well, that person wanted to go on a date with me too. That's different.
First of all, I don't do that. Rob, we don't even have the same type. Please. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, I absolutely would want two people who are meant to be together. And I never want to be the person who interferes with that. Because if that person is my ex, they're my ex for a reason. I'm not going to go backwards.
I'm not gonna I like to look, but I feel like I would never make a statement, especially if people are gonna put two and two together that you're salty about Kash Doll. That's a little weird.
Well, Tracey and Kash were first linked in March 2021, and in January 2022, they welcomed their son Cashton, now 3, and in June 2024, Kash gave birth to daughter Clarity, now 1. Let me show you a photo of the family during happier times. Okay, so gorgeous, beautiful. Well, a month later, Kash announced that she was single and done with Tracey, who, after they split, claimed he bought a ring for her, but never popped the question because he wanted to make sure that they were stable before moving on to the next level. Now, they never made it, and when Tracey found out Kash and Za'Darius called it quits, he wasted no time in trolling them over an online incident from days before. Kash and Zay went to her best friend's wedding with the kids, and Tracey left a negative comment causing Za'Darius to call out the seemingly absent father. Take a look. Family vibes. Kash Doll and Za'Darius Smith at her bestie's wedding. Cashton don't want to be there. And Za'Darius said, when you ready to buy school clothes and go half on that tuition, let me know. Hold on.
Bitch, I'm all right. I'm gagging.
I feel like that's what Russell Wilson wants to write to
we have to let this settle for a second. Did he read the shit out of him?
Yep.
Put that post back up. He said, nigga, when you ready to buy school clothes and go half on that tuition, let me know. Sometimes I feel these athletes be having gay boys writing their captions.
They must.
Right? Because that was the type of, we need to do a clocked it button, right? Do we? We need to do a
yes.
Clock that.
We got to get a clocked it button.
Yeah.
Days later, after Kash announced her and Za'Darius' split, Tracey T trolled them. Look like I'm going to be paying that tuition by myself. Hashtag still Tracey out now. It wasn't as good. That didn't hit as hard.
No. Because she's still paying.
What that lame song, Brian?
Kash Doll came back from her social media break and slammed her baby daddy. Look. Tuition and Tracey in the same sentence is something I've never seen before. I don't care who I'm not with. I'll never be your prick. Oh, I'll never be you, prick. What is going on in Detroit? It's something in the water.
He got read by both
Flint?
of them. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
This group is just not with the jokes. Where's Ari Lennox?
I think that's a dark joke.
God.
Where's Ari Lennox when we need her? 2 days after the split drama, Kash Doll reactivated her Instagram and hopped back on X to tweet how much she loved her man, leaving fans to speculate she made up with Zay. Take a look. I love my man.
It was all a lie.
This is why I mind my business, especially in celebrity stuff, and I give everything like 7 to 10 business days for like a decision to marinate. And then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe you guys are broken up for a while. I
honestly don't care enough about any of your relationships to ever comment or think about them outside this show because of that various reason. Like,
correct.
I want everybody to take us all out the group chat. Just do it in private. And this is why I will tell you, I am deathly afraid to love in public because I never want to give somebody a platform to do this. Like, I don't want my personal business discussed in the news. I don't want my personal sex life to be discussed in the news. I don't want posts or talking about in kid stuff. Like, take it all offline, come up with an idea and an agreement, and then come into a joint press conference and then go away, right? Like, do a live together and just do a straight press conference. Like, we've decided to go our separate ways, and then go your separate ways. But don't go your separate ways to only come back in the same ways to go back out. And Tracey, where that tuition at? Za'Darius, whatever your name is, Zay, you did your big one with that one. All right, goodbye. Speaking of relationships, this one actually kind of shocked me that I had to bring it back. So let me go ahead and do a whole, where's that? This group popped up online last week. Karrueche and Deion Sanders? Did that surprise you?
Yeah.
Bad.
Right?
Real bad. How you go from...
Deion Sanders is an icon. What's the age difference between these two? I'm sure it's in there. Is it in there?
Is it half?
Yep. 20-year age difference. Earlier this month, Karrueche Tran and Deion Sanders made headlines after the actress was seen supporting Coach Prime during his bladder cancer removal surgery. Wait, before I go any step further, hold on. What is half of 57 plus 7?
35 and a half.
So she's younger than the age she's supposed to be based on the math I told you earlier. Well, in July, Deion revealed earlier this year that he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of bladder cancer, but now after treatment, he's considered cured. Let me give him a round of applause for that. We are so happy that you are cured. While documenting his surgery, 37-year-old Karrueche Tran, 37, damn, Karrueche, we're getting old. I remember this girl when we first started out in Hollywood, just like, not started out, but when we were just hanging out in the streets, because she was one of the girls that hung with all the gays. We loved Karrueche. I still love her. I just don't see her as much anymore, and we're not as close as we used to be, but she's still so beautiful. And 37, though, like, damn, you still look good, and you're getting older, which is crazy, because I still remember you as being little K. Well, we were surprised to see Karrueche and Deion sparking dating rumors after a vlog showed her crying while supporting him in the hospital. Here's a recap from the vlog showing Karrueche and Deion both emotional and her helping wheel him off to the operating room. Take a look.
Okay. We are dealing with bladder cancer. And he is having his bladder removed, and they will create a new bladder with one of his intestines. And this option was I guess the best because it fully removes the cancer to ensure that it doesn't come back, because it was close to his muscle. So yeah, we are here to fully remove the bladder.
Texting the boys. I think it's their first day of practice today, and I'm excited. I don't know if I'm ready mentally, emotionally. Last night was tough, yesterday was tough, because I had to make a will. It's not easy at all.
First, let me say it's very emotional, Deion. I'm so glad that you're doing well. Congrats to you and all the success you have with both your children, being successful and making it into the NFL. And thank you for sharing your journey with us, and thank you for exposing this relationship or alleged relationship with Karrueche. Is this a lot for us? I mean, or is this like just him being transparent and showing his world?
Yeah, I think it's actually beautiful, and it makes you realize that it's important to have these kind of bonds and connections no matter what age they come at, because who wants to go through that kind of journey alone? And it's interesting to hear him talk about like having to create a will as well. Like, I think everyone should be prepared to do that, and we should just do it in general. But like, that to me was beautiful, just seeing two people be there for each other in like a really, really hard time.
And I feel like if this was their relationship reveal, if you just saw it at like the Grammys red carpet or something, you'd be like, ugh, it's kind of weird. But now it like more humanizes them, like seeing like a really emotional moment. So it was just a lot going on in the video, but I feel bad.
Well, yes, Claudia Jordan had a lot to say about this relationship.
And did.
And I know that's... because Karrueche was in a movie that was produced by Tracey Edmonds, who is Deion's ex-wife. And you remember that there were
allegedly
conversations that he was cheating on Tracey, which led them to dissolve their relationship. Were they were married, right? Were they married or they were dating? Oh, they were engaged. Yeah. I don't know. Either way, Tracey Edmonds, who we have to disclose, is also my friend. So Tracey's my friend. Karrueche's my friend. So I just want to put that out there. But Claudia's my friend. Were they engaged or married?
Never married, but they did it for 12 years.
Dated for 12 years. Karrueche was in one of Tracey's films. So they were like apparently close. But then again, you can't control who you fall in love with. Okay. Either way, Claudia Jordan had a lot to say about this. Take a listen.
I'm good friends with Tracey Edmonds. And I do remember Tracey hearing rumors about Karrueche possibly dating Deion. So she saw her at an event. I think it was Niecy Nash's event. And she, calmly, just in conversation with her, she asked her if she was dating Deion. And she said no. She laughed it off and said no. So, it was kind of like to hear it and to see this now. And I do recall Tracey and Karrueche were cool. Like they, Tracey has put Karrueche in some projects. They're friends, I thought. So I don't know. Here's a picture right here of them two together. But look at them too. Like they look very cozy. Like they were friends. Like that's Tracey and Karrueche. I think Karrueche, when she could have reached out to Tracey and just said, hey sis, we're cool. I don't want any problems with you. Just so you know, I know you guys have been broken up. Like the engagement was and canceled, called off. I was, thinking about, I want to just give you a heads up that we're dating, or I might be going out with your ex. So you don't hear it on the internet. You don't catch wind of it on a messy blog. You don't have to hear about it in other places. And I think Tracey, being the girl's girl that she is, and she's not hanging on to Deion like that, I think it would have just been a classy thing to do. But I do understand you don't want, like, no one wants to have that conversation. It's uncomfortable, but that's what grown-ups do.
Karrueche didn't care about what none of y'all had to say. Look at what Karrueche said. Take a look. We should all have a national quiet day where everyone just shuts the fuck up for 24 hours. Claudia, she's talking to you. I mean, does Claudia have a point? I mean, look, it's Hollywood. This is like high school. It's a small community. We all kind of know each other. I don't date celebrities. And if I did date a celebrity, I don't think I should have to check in with anybody that I know that they dated, because in the celebrity world, there's a lot of them, us, whatever. But like, if I date this person who dated this person and I know this person socially or we're cool, am I supposed to go and get a hall pass? Like what?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I think it depends on the level of the relationship, right? But
now Saweetie trying to mess with Offset while he's married to Cardi B when she's dating his bandmate. I mean, but that's not this.
That's not this. And like Claudia,
allegedly,
like Claudia was saying, they weren't together anymore. I hope when the relationship started. But again, I don't know the level of Karrueche and Tracey's relationship. or, you know, if they were just acquaintances or had worked together before, I think it's fair game. But like you and I are damn near best friends. Like I would never go date somebody.
Damn near.
Yeah, we are.
Wait, damn near?
Because I know
Wait, damn near?
Because Calvin is your best friend. I know you would never.
You both are my best friends,
Okay.
but like it doesn't. There's not one. So because he's 30 years and you're 20 years. What the fuck's the difference?
I
10
just
years?
know Calvin's like your best friend, so I wouldn't.
Jason has multiple.
I wouldn't
best
try
friends.
and take that.
No.
Those flowers are for Calvin, who would have never said I'm.
Because
damn
I
near
don't
his
want to.
best
Because
friend.
I don't. Because you always reference.
Just continue.
You
with
always
your-
reference Calvin as your best friend, so I would never want to take that from Calvin. I would never say that.
Take it.
I'm never. Listen, I don't.
Continue on
Please
with
don't
your
be
point.
offended by that, because that was me trying to
Continue
be
on with
respectful
point
to
of
your
view.
relationship.
And
with
so
Calvin.
here's the deal: since we're not best friends,
Oh my
we're
God.
so-called best friends or somewhat best friends. Don't be mad at me sleeping with somebody that you like.
How you go from that to that?
Okay, I'm just saying I know Calvin is your best friend. So
Continue
I would never
on. Go ahead.
But what I was our relationship is different. It would
clearly.
Oh my God, it would require
Y'all
a
are
different.
best friends.
It would
Why
require.
does everybody know but him?
He said damn near.
Because I'm saying Calvin
You're
is his best friend.
90% best friends.
Yeah, like
according
Go
to
ahead.
Rob.
Because I just know that it would take a different level of approach to a kind of that kind of situation because of the relationship we have, as opposed to like her and.
But let's use that example.
Yeah.
Now, Calvin, who was my first relationship, friends of 30 years, 31 years, 30 years, whatever. One of my friends dating him, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
But that's
Exactly.
different than this,
Exactly.
right?
And that's why I'm saying like it would be a different level of conversation depending on the relationship you have with the person.
I don't know.
So-
I just feel like
I
Hollywood.
offended you now. It was supposed to
Oh,
be.
no, I don't really care. I'm over it.
Right after his birthday, Rob.
This is all content.
That's so hurtful.
Oh my God.
I'm just like-
I'm literally.
Can we move on, please?
Yes,
Thank
please.
you.
I
need to
just feel
call
like girl
Rihanna
code.
today.
Oh my God. I feel like girl code is girl code.
What
Karrueche
is
doesn't
girl
have to.
code in the OnlyFans era days today?
First of all, that is facts. But Karrueche,
Because
I don't
some
know
of
what they
y'all-
did
some
behind
of y'all
closed doors.
girls will go do content with your best friend's boyfriend and just call it content.
Okay, that's nasty. No one's doing
It
that.
happens.
No one's doing that. I just feel like she should have said, like, hey, Tracey, just something. Maybe even like a friend to a friend. Just pass it
There
down
could have been a
the.
conversation like, hey,
Could've
girl,
been.
hey, like
But
before you
according
see
to
it on the
Claudia-
blogs.
Claudia
Well,
Jordan.
days after that was revealed, Deion talked to former NFL player Asante Samuel and asked him about the whole relationship, and Coach Prime kind of dodged it. Listen.
I'm gonna let you go, Coach. Don't kill the messenger. Everyone seen Karrueche by your side during your hospital visit. Everyone wants to know what that friendship is about.
We got a bad connection. I can't.
Yeah, well, Chris Brown got connected because, you know, he still loves him some K, and he responded. Look what Chris had to say. Little sis still pisses me off to this. Wait, little shit? Little shit still pisses me off to this day. I'm going to pray on it. Chris, live your life. Let it go. Karrueche, I hope you're happy. She hasn't spoken on the relationship rumors yet, so right now we'll just say they're allegedly together. Maybe she was just a friend. What if she's just a friend there supporting her friend through a whole medical, you know?
No.
It could be that. It could be that.
That never
Excuse
gave
me,
that.
people cry over their friends almost dying.
Yeah, but the fact that she was like the only one in the room, please. That's not.
Well, just because you have friends that live in your building that you could lose and don't care about, don't mean that people who have people close to them can't. Anyway,
It's time for me to go.
That's what you said to your friend. Anyway, bye. Let's just get out of here. It's just
Oh my
thoughts and
God.
prayers. The fight for our girl Wendy continues as guardianship remains up in the air. While her guardian claims she's incapacitated, Wendy, her family, and legal team says it's not that case at all. All we have to say is free Wendy till it's backwards. And speaking of legends, Ari Lennox came out for comedy icons Martin and Bernie with some rather sensitive criticisms. Why is this generation so soft? Y'all would not have survived the 80s and 90s. Not only was there a lot of roasting, but there was tons of vulgarity, raunchiness, and overall edgy and shocking content. The new generation would have been ready to cancel and drag everybody. Like how Kash Doll's boyfriend dragged her baby daddy. That man thought he won by trolling her breakup, but her boyfriend clocked his tea and got back at her man. Or her baby daddy. Damn, Tracey. Meanwhile, another Tracey Edmonds, was going viral after our girl Claudia Jordan suggested that Karrueche might have sniped her ex-fiance Deion Sanders. While we can't say for sure whether Karrueche was with Coach Prime when asked by Tracey, we do know that she was there for his bladder cancer removal. Do what you want with that. Karrueche was holding her alleged man down like Mariah the Scientist did her daddy, Young Thug. Mm-hmm. Y'all are freaky. Thug already caught one Rico. Don't get caught up and catch a Frico like Diddy. I didn't write that. Anyway, let me just get out of here because I don't want no problems in Atlanta. Listen, those of you who are subscribed to the Zeus Network where the Jason Lee Show is, you probably just caught the whole Impact Awards that aired yesterday. If you missed it, it's over there at Zeus. Here is the trailer. Take a look.
Everyone here tonight deserves to be seen, heard, and celebrated.
All these beautiful black people, yes.
We are a communal people. Community is in our blood.
And we need that now more than ever. We all do.
We all have a role to play. And I know it's not easy.
I am humbled by everybody who showed up tonight. This is what it's about. It's about honoring each other.
Loudly, proudly, and unapologetically.
Amen to that.
Exactly.
There is a calling upon each and every one of your lives to serve in whatever way you can serve.
Every step I take is for the little black girls who are told to shrink. It's for the queer babies who thought they had to hide to be loved.
I know what I did in the music industry will last forever.
Resilience, light, hope. That inner voice that tells you to keep going even when you're not sure what's on the other side.
Jason, boy, you done showed your ass tonight.
Make sure you're rooted in something, and his name is Jesus Christ. God bless you.
We were underestimated from the very beginning, like many of you in the room.
When you've been against the people, you lose.
We gotta be unapologetic defenders of black life, black liberty, and black humanity.
That's it. You can follow us everywhere on social media. Hollywood Unlocked, Jason Lee Show. If you want to see what's going on in Stockton with the politics, District 6, the only Jason Lee, go find their Instagrams. Or you could text me, 310-388-6463. If you're an ad or somebody that needs to promote their business, a brand out there, somebody that wants to blow up on our platform, make sure you text us right now. We'll get right back to you. All right, we out of here. Peace.
The Jason Lee Podcast.